Guardians no more. This editorial critiques the politicized split in Pakistan's lawyer ranks. While lawyers occupy center stage in op-ed sections and appear on late-night TV shows dissecting the legalese of politically motivated verdicts and constitutional amendments, they have ironically and perhaps even meekly overlooked a fundamental transformation within their own ranks: the rapid and incendiary polarization of bar politics. While lawyers occupy center stage, this idiomatic expression means they grab the spotlight in newspaper opinion pieces and TV chats. The word dissecting means they break down tricky legal stuff, and legalese means lawyer jargon. Verdicts means court decisions, and amendments means changes to the Constitution, here driven by politics. Ironically means it's odd they miss their own mess, and meekly means they're quiet about it. Overlooked means ignored, and fundamental means basic but big. Transformation means change, and incendiary is a figure of speech meaning a fiery explosive split in bar politics, which means fights inside their lawyer groups. It means lawyers shine on TV, but dodge their own fiery divide. Over the weekend, the Lahore High Court Bar Association conducted its elections, drawing lawyers from all across Punjab to cast their votes. The Lahore High Court Bar Association, often shortened to LHCBA, conducted its elections, where conducted means they held the vote. Drawing means pulling in lawyers from all over Punjab to cast their votes, which means pick their leaders. Similarly, a little over a month ago, the Lahore Bar saw its own electoral contest. Similarly means in the same way, and a little over a month ago means around early January. Saw means had, and electoral contest means a vote fight. The Lahore Bar picked sides too. Styling themselves as the saviors of the bar, with each with their own unique rhetoric, the candidates shared one glaring commonality. They buttressed, bolstered, and towed the party, read political party line, making it their primary line of defense and offense against their rivals. Styling themselves is a phrasal verb meaning they posed as bar heroes. Saviors means rescuers, and rhetoric means fancy talk to sell it. Shared means had together, and glaring commonality means one obvious tie. They buttressed and bolstered, both meaning propped up and towed the party line. An idiomatic expression meaning stuck to political gang scripts, like PPP or PTI. Party here means political party, their main shield and sword. Defense means protection. Offense means attack against rivals, meaning opponents. It means candidates played party puppets, not bar champs. By winning both elections, one group reified its profound conviction that its chosen course of action was indeed right. By winning means snagging both votes, LHCBA and Lahore Bar. Reified means prove real, profound means deep, and conviction means belief in their course of action, meaning plan. Well, it may seem so for now. Seems so means looks that way, and for now means just today, wins hold short term. However, in a 70-plus years Pakistan, we can't afford to count years. We must count days, discounting each loss against our victories, learning from them, and pressing forward. 70-plus years means Pakistan's age since 1947. Count days means track time tight, unlike years. Discounting is a figure of speech meaning weigh losses versus wins, and pressing forward is a phrasal verb meaning keep moving fast. It means Pakistan's old, count days, learn fast. Brashly politicizing bar politics means lawyers no longer standing for the rule of law or what is right, but merely choosing a side. Brashly means loud and rude. Politicizing means turning bar politics, lawyer group fights, into party games. Standing for is a phrasal verb meaning defending, and rule of law is a term meaning fair justice. Loss to picking teams. Take, for instance, the 26th Amendment to the Constitution. Take, for instance, is an idiomatic expression, meaning here's an example. The 26th tweak, big in 2024. Would history have taken the same course had lawyers not been so divided, polarized, and debilitated? This is a rhetorical question. Could united lawyers have changed the 26th Amendment fight? Divided means split, polarized means torn hard, and debilitated means weakened. Bear's messy now. Let me try and put this in a little more perspective. Would the lawyers' movement have been a success if it had been bedeviled by the same internal divisions that we are witnessing today? Put this in perspective is an idiomatic expression meaning zoom out to 2007's lawyers' movement that ousted Musharraf's martial law. Bedeviled is a figure of speech meaning messed up by today's internal divisions, splits we see now. Another rhetorical question, could it win today? Would lawyers have been able to present the most effective mode of resistance against a martial law administrator? Martial law administrator is a term meaning dictator. Musharraf in 07. Mode means way, and resistance means fight. Yet another rhetorical question. Could split lawyers beat him now? The consequences of these rancorous divisions are already plain for everyone to see. Consequences means results. Rancorous means bitter. Divide sting, and plain means obvious. Mess is clear. Last month, the Supreme Court Bar Association's secretary was suspended by the executive committee only for the secretary to claim that no provision for such a suspension existed in the rules. Supreme Court Bar Association means SCBA, the top lawyer group. Suspended means kicked out. Executive committee axed him in Jan 25. Provision is a term meaning rule. Secretary said no such rule exists. Hardly surprising, really, after all. Both parties in this case hail from different legal political groups, albeit mere extensions of their respective political parties. Hardly means not, duh, it's expected. Hail from is a phrasal verb meaning come from, rival crews tied to parties like PMLN or PPP. But perhaps the group most at risk is young lawyers. Perhaps means maybe, and at risk means in danger. Newbies get hit. Young lawyers who were once expected to inherit the lodestone of constitutional guardianship now find themselves inheriting only divisions. Expected means thought to, and inherit means get. Lodestone is a figure of speech meaning guiding star, meant to guard the Constitution. But now it's just divisions, meaning splits. It means new lawyers get chaos, not duty. Instead of upholding the rule of law, they are discovering that partisan fealty takes precedence. Upholding means defending. Rule of law is a term meaning fair justice. Lost to partisan fealty, a term meaning party loyalty, which takes precedence, meaning comes first. Even with the introduction of qualifying exams such as C-Law and Gate A, along with talks of an additional bar vocational course that must be completed before obtaining a license, the influx of young lawyers remains huge every year. Introduction means rollout. C-Law and GAT are qualifying exams, a term meaning test for newbies. Bar vocational course is a term, extra training, floated. Yet influx means a big rush of young lawyers yearly. This renders them a formidable force in the election process. Renders means makes. Formidable means strong. They sway votes big. But to what end? This is a rhetorical question. What's their power worth? While the bar fails, year after year, to equip young legal minds with the skills necessary to navigate this highly competitive profession, it succeeds in teaching them that a well-placed political alliance often outweighs legal acumen. Equip means train. Bar flops yearly at giving skills to navigate, meaning steer through, a tough profession. Law's cutthroat. Well-placed alliance means smart party tie. Outweighs means beats. Acumen is a term for legal smarts. It means bar skips skills, teaches politics over law. Instead of fostering an understanding of objectivity in matters of law in the Constitution, or instilling an appreciation for the bar's historic role as the first line of defense against constitutional subversion, young lawyers are conditioned to see everything through a loaded political lens. Fostering means growing. Objectivity means fairness. In law and constitution, fades. Instilling means planting. The bar's old role, like the 2007 stand against Musharraf as first line of defense, a figure of speech, lost to subversion, a term meaning constitution twists. Conditioned means trained, to see via a loaded political lens, a figure of speech, party-tinted glasses. It means young lawyers learn bias, not law's legacy. And as if matters weren't already bad enough, all of this unfolds without any representation for young lawyers in the actual running of the bar. Unfolds means happens. No representation, means no say in bar ops. Their concerns go unheard and their recommendations remain unsaid, further amplifying the frustration and disillusionment, eroding confidence in the profession. Go unheard means ignored. Recommendations means ideas. Unsaid. Amplifying is a figure of speech. Ramping up, frustration and disillusionment. Losing faith grow. Eroding means wearing down trust in the profession. Law's gig. Let's look at it from another lens. Another lens is an idiomatic expression, new angle, shift the view. Bar councils are statutory bodies established under the Legal Practitioners and Bar Councils Act of 1973, granting them the legal authority to license, discipline, and regulate lawyers. Bar councils are lawyer bosses. Statutory bodies is a term meaning law-made groups, set by the 1973 Act to license, allow, discipline, punish, and regulate rule lawyers. They are the closest thing we have to unions, or a resistance front one that could be unyielding and disciplined. Closest thing means nearest match to unions, or a resistance front, a figure of speech, fight line, tough and tight. This very strength is why the bar has historically achieved what it has. Strength means power. Like toppling Musharraf in 07, bars wins. It succeeded because bar councils once took pride in anointing themselves as the guardians of the Constitution, devoid of political leanings, supporting anyone who upheld the Constitution and opposing those who subverted it. Took pride is a phrasal verb, loved crowning. Anointing is a figure of speech. As guardians of the Constitution, devoid means free of leanings. Party tilts, backing upheld, kept, and fighting subverted, twisted Constitution folks. It means bar won by guarding law, not parties. With such a legacy and as the only proven and battle-tested platform for opposition, the bar must recognize that its responsibility extends exponentially beyond mere political maneuvering. Legacy means past wins. Bar's real. Battle-tested is an idiomatic expression, toughened like 07 stand. Recognize means see, maneuvering means politicking. Small fry now. It means bar's duty outgrows party games big time. When the stakes transcend bar politics, when the Constitution is under siege and when civil liberties stand imperiled, the bar must once again prove itself as an unyielding sentinel of justice. Stakes transcend is a figure of speech, bigger than bar fights. Under siege is an idiomatic expression, Constitution's hit. Civil liberties means rights. Imperiled means at risk, shaky now. Sentinel is a figure of speech, justice guard. It means bar must shield law when it's wartime. For when the bar falters, justice follows. Falters means stumbles. Bar flops, justice crashes.